Welcome back, everybody. Wild Willy here. Our next episode, I believe it's episode 19 of our Convergence Mod, Spirit Stored Summoner Let's Play series, combining the best attributes of the Stormcaller and the Necromancer. We're here at the Fort Faroth site of grace. I'm going to be working my way through the castle. This is my second attempt. I had a game crash like a little bit of the way through. I was in a room full of a bunch of rats and had a game crash and warped back in, was dead, and so I'm basically just starting over. So anyway, let's talk about this a little bit before we begin. This castle has been completely reworked from the base game. We are here for a warding remnant, which is behind a locked door. It's in the same location up the ladder where the half of the Dexus medallion would be. But other than that, the fort has been completely reimagined. And we're going to have to path our way through. You are going to want some sort of cleanse spell. There are rot and poison enemies in here. There are rooms where, there are 3, 4, 5, 6 enemies at a time. And if you rush in, the enemies themselves aren't particularly dangerous. It's just the large number of them and how quickly they can apply status effects to you that will do you in. So just be warned. There is a merchant out in the world, the Survivalist, that does sell, or you can get their bell bearing and turn it in at the round table hold to the Twin Maiden Husk, and then you can buy from either the merchant or the round table, a whole bunch of boluses. Those of you who have tuned in for earlier episodes, you know that this is one of my favorite passive farming spots. Like if I want to just check my text messages or whatever, I'll pop on over here and go to the door, trigger the fight, and then sit down and, some runes will come in. We didn't have a ton, 8,500, so that tells me there are going to be still some enemies left in here to clear. For example, this guy over here, half dead, Kindred of Rot. And then we got another one over here, also half dead. And the miscellaneous loots from the courtyard are gone. There's some crafting materials, just enemy drops. There are no notable loots that are like in a fixed location. Those are all further on in the fort. There's one, and I'll show you where it is that I picked up. We picked up some boluses. Got a shambling corpse here. Let's see. Having some sort of AoE in here or some sort of, a weapon with reach is going to be your best friend. If you get into a room and you're surrounded by a bunch of enemies, there is a piece of loot here. This is where that bolus was on the body right there. Okay, and then we got these guys up here. So let's take them out. So I'm going to try this once while we're live. If I miss, I'll do my subsequent attempts offline until we get over there to that platform. But what we need to do is basically just run and jump. Okay, and I'm across. So that worked. There is a shambling corpse hiding behind these boxes right here. And then there's the one down at the end. Oh, jeez. That's some range. Okay. See how it is. All right, and then a couple more little gaps. This is a gap here, so you want to hop across. And then here, there is no gap, so you could just run around and drop. We do have some Miranda flowers in here. They are the rot variety. So if you can take them out to the doorway, great. And there's going to be one other thing, you can kind of see it there on the ground, that's fixed to the ground that will rot when you get in there, and you can't lock onto it. There's going to be an ambush to our left. Another shambling corpse. Come on. Come over and play. So this guy right here, like as you can see, I can't lock onto him. And I'm rotted. That's why we want to have our cleansing spell. So I can heal. And then I'm going to do Purging Flames to get rid of it. Both of those incantations are available from Brother Corwin at the Round Table Hold. So you can pick those up. I believe the more expensive of the two is the cleansing spell, and that costs 18 faith. If you can't afford 18 faith, again, boluses. See if I can get some collateral damage on everybody else. I want to hit that guy over there. All right, so in here we have a couple of those blob things. We got a caster over there to our left that just stood up who does poison. Let's see what we can lock onto from the doorway over here. Start clearing this room out slowly. And if you want to run in, go right ahead. No right or wrong way to do it. There's a dog. See if we can get the dog to come in here. Give me something with a little bit of range on it. I hear you. Where you at, buddy? You out. There's our dog. Mostly dead. Not totally dead. Alright, so more shambling corpses, and that's exactly what I mean about it's easy to get surrounded in there. I still have my heal on, so I should still be able to regen. I have Taker's Cameo for one of my talismans. Love it. Gonna give us similar effect to like Reichard's Great Rune or the Blasphemous Blade. When you kill enemies, you get some HP regen. So just, you know, kind of slowly clearing out the room. And what that should hopefully do is there's more Miranda flowers in here. Hopefully, I was kind of hoping I could get some of them to come in and join the party, because I don't want to run in there. Try to take them all out. So all these guys look like they're dead. Might have one more guy here. And now here come my Miranda flowers. Kind of like my area clear. Finish you off with a dagger. And this is why I love this. Is getting heavy back when I cast in here. When I kill an enemy, if they all hit, gonna die. So that's all clear. There should be a guy right up there. I'm just gonna weapon art him. I am not gonna weapon art him. He's too loaded. Get another one. Alright, so here's where I had my little mishap and died. I hopped over there accidentally And got caught up in that room, and my runes are over there in that corner. There are a bunch of rats in there, and then there are the flowers, which you can see. Got that one. Anything else I can lock onto? You see the one guy right there in front of me, and then we got the giant rat over here. Got whatever you are. If I could entice the giant rat out of the corner, that would be lovely. I hit you from here. How about from here? Not. Alright, so let me two-hand, and I'm going to hop over and I'll take you out, and then we're going to deal with the big one. Alright, so there should be more rats. Alright. Fire grease proceeding right along. I feel like there are more enemies in here. There are. There's another rat. Ooh, and this is what I mean about getting very quickly overwhelmed. We have pretty decent armor on, but these guys do not seem to care. Where'd the caster go? Alright, so he's down. I'm gonna get my spells back up. So this is the doorway that we're gonna proceed and then up the ladder. But we don't have the key for that. So where we need to go is around here. Let's see if we can do a couple things, actually. We're here to get a very OP summon. But in the meantime, my Kaiden mercenary has been doing a lovely job as an OP summons. And we got my healing back on. I'm gonna go back to my snipe, see if I can't lock onto these guys. I feel like there should be one more. Passing issues again. You should be able to fight that guy. And I'll take the one at range. Might have to help here in a minute. Cleared that part. There's our ladder. Got a little bit of loot over here. He was able to pass through. Got a rune arc. So we got a shambling corpse there and a rat over here. No loot, just verifying that's our guy. Good, you can take care of that. That's this is progress where, well, I might have left an enemy down there. Gotta hop around over there. So this is normally where you would come over and drop down to get the Radagon sources. You would hop across the gap here. So they're gonna run down the hallway. He's down there fighting some of those guys. I can help out. That was a bit of a boost. Fall down. Now he'll deal with you. Have fun with my friend. You too. Get him buffed up. Once again, I feel like and now up, grab. Try to bring him back over here. Let my boy fight them. And that's what I love about this guy, the Kaiden mercenary. His dismounter will, like, humanoid enemies, he will flatten them. He will put them on their back. And you can't grab him, sir. He is a spirit summon. Your grab attack is worthless. Got another one. Little piece of loot. That guy's ragdolling. Oh shit. Nope. 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 There we go. Alright, so there's going to be a trap right there. That guy is normally going to grab you if you walk around the corner. And I believe this is progress. Our guy might have... might have dropped down and killed some of these guys. Real slow on the uptake there, buddy. Thank you for that. Oop. Another ladder. All right, so we got another corpse over there. Little piece of loot here. That's what I jumped for and missed. The Bulgo Greaves. Don't need them for this build, but nice to know where they are. So this is going to take us up into the castle, and I'm going to point this out already. There are a bunch of shambling corpses up here as well. When I get... Actually, let me just go down and switch to it. I feel like I want to switch to that. Okay, so we're full up on everything. Yeah, let me just stick with this for now. We're gonna take out this guy. Take out the dog. I'm just trying to give myself a big space to work from. Going down. Well. Got those two. That guy. Alright, so all this is clear now. We have a nice corner to work from. All the enemies are dead. Progress is going to be down this way. However, there's a bunch of bullshit over this wall up here that you can't really see. I'll see if I can kind of come over here and hop up a little bit so you can kind of get a peek from the ladder. All right, so we got Kindred of Rock guy over here. He is definitely a danger to come over and around the wall and start shooting pest threads at you. So just be aware of that. We have more of these shambling corpses. I'm gonna try and use my big AoE to take them out. We got this guy first. Because again, if you pop around the corner to the left, whole bunch of bullshit. charge it this time. Good, that made a difference. Let's try fully charging it again. You see over there off to my left, that red guy? That's what we're here for. He's the summons. So more stuff over here, more of those blob thingies. Again, like, it's best to really just try to get as many of these other enemies out of the way so that they don't get involved in it. And again, you guys are perfectly welcome to just run in and get stuck in the fight. We killed the dog. I would like to have my summon out. I'm gonna desummon him, and then since we're on the rooftop, hopefully I can pull him back out again. I cannot. How about down here? Nope. Can't do it. All right, so we got you. And I've got you down there still. All right, so we got another one of you. All right, now I'm really just hoping that nobody else gets involved because my summon does not want to come out and play. There are more guys over here. Let's just make sure that we don't aggro anybody behind us. I want to try and clear these guys out. Get a little AoE going. That's not going to be enough. Should kill him. The one in the middle. Where is it? That's what I want. So I just gave him a debuff. It's going to do chip damage to him. Kill him off. And I can just let my... I only have one flask, yes. I'll let my FP regen in battle. And I'm just going to weapon art this guy. I've wasted enough of y'all's time with my very deliberate gameplay. Putrid Freaky and the Rotten Duelist Varus. So he is very aggressive. He can proc rot on people. That's why I value him so much as a summons. He will get into the fray, and if he doesn't kill you, he will rot you, which will slowly kill you over time. So if you want a really beefy frontline summons, he is an excellent choice. So now we need to proceed along and down. There's still some more threats, though. Again, like I said, remember how I said it was easy to get surrounded in this place. And a couple of guys over here. lurking to come out and ambush. And then we got a bunch there. That's going to take us to my door that I want. Where I want to go, though, is over where those guys are. So the one I want to... Oh, shit. So just aggroed Kindred of Rock guy. And Poison guy on top of that, apparently. Fortunately for me, passing issues appear to work both ways. See if we can take him out. The other guy isn't nearly as dangerous. And there's another one of those poison guys up ahead. Let's take him out. He's standing up so I can lock onto him. They're all going over to investigate. And I should be able to just find somebody to lock onto. Boom, 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 boom. Anyone else? One little loot over here. And that is Fort Faroth. Like I said, a ton of bullshit in here. Very easy to get overwhelmed by enemies. You come down here, and there's one more dude out here. Up, and he just fell. Okay, bye. We got a large Somber. This is the shortcut door back to the very beginning by the entrance. There's one more piece of loot that I want to show you to grab. And this is another reason why it's kind of important to clear out the entire port, because now we got to backtrack a little bit. And we need to go down here, and we should be able to use the key to open the door and climb on up. And this will get us our warding remnant piece. Look very familiar with the base game, coming up that ladder and seeing that chest. It might be, yeah, I was going to say there's one more little piece of loot that we can grab. Anyway, this is what I was really after, aside from the summons, our warding remnant. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here. Sorry for the long episode. We'll catch you all in the next one. See you soon.